Hello, I am Sophia Magdalena. I'm also known as Lisa Martin Naimi, and I am your guide to Ascended Mastery. And I was asked to make this video for you because I received a channel a couple of days ago on March 16th, 2018 from the Council of the Divine Feminine in the Ascended Master Realms. And I was asked to create this video message for you. For those of you who are physically embodied members of the Council of the Divine Feminine. So if that is you, you might get one of those little inner knowings that says, hey, this message is for me. So I actually wrote this all down. So I'm just going to read it to you, and then I'll give you a little bit of background after I deliver the message. Okay, so as of March 16th, 2018, a great compensation is underway for all who are engaging in their work. Your work has far exceeded your financial compensation, and the universe now seeks to fully compensate you, making up for any deficiency to bring balance to your effort and energy output, as well as the outcomes of your work. The universe always seeks to balance itself, and the stargate that opened on March 15th, 2018 has removed the last remaining fetters to receiving the compensation that is commensurate with the magnitude of your effort. This compensation may populate your field as boons of grace, money, health, support for more favorable outcomes in your important relationships, miracles, a smoothing of the path before you, more support than you have ever known, more support than ever to know, understand, create, and deliver your legacy of love on earth. And I'll talk about that a little bit more later too. Opportunities will open for you. All the years you have spent silently transmuting the density of the human collective consciousness with zero gratitude or recognition are now acknowledged, and the consistency and magnitude of your efforts are now, as of March 16th, 2018, being brought into a state of universal balance. Get ready to say yes to receive all that is in store for you. The path has been paved and the way is open. So keep going. Dive into those projects, offers, classes, mystery schools, messages, ideas, books, video series, and sacred circles that make your heart sing and fill you with joy. The support is here to aid you in receiving all that you need to bring anything that is in alignment with your purpose and your legacy of love to fruition. You are going to have to apply yourself, focus, and take action. And if and when you do, the support will be there. For those of you who are future or now embodied Ascended Masters, your legacy of love, that is the work that you feel compelled to create and deliver to the human collective, is already inside you, and it is already complete. It is already finished. You already created it while in the Ascended Master realms, and it has been inside you for as long as you have lived in your body. So stop waiting for downloads and unpack all of that information from inside you. So that's the end of the transmission, and just want to give you a little bit of background about where this comes from and, kind of the validity of this Council of the Divine Feminine in the Ascended Master realms. So, and the way I'm going to illustrate this is through my own personal journey and what I have been doing in these last years to guide and assist others, other star seeds and the human collective and human individuals. So I spent about 4 years living and documenting the process of ascension of consciousness, which at the time I just thought that was ascension. And I didn't realize that all I was doing was the ascension of consciousness portion. But I lived it, and I went through ascension leap after ascension leap, and I documented all of it, and it was totally repeatable. I don't know how many people I have guided through this process step by step. And so I still offer that now today. So that period completed, that ascension of consciousness completed for me when I had this memory open up inside of me that I remembered being the creator. And it was like this body, this life I live, all the people that I love here, and even the earth, like none of it existed when I had this moment. It was like a moment before time even existed. But I remembered being the divine feminine, and I saw myself as her and experienced myself as her. And I remembered that I am both divine will and divine love. And so are you, by the way. We all are that. But I remembered it. And it wasn't like, a belief that I adopted from hearing somebody else say it. Like, this was my own true memory, my own experience, and it was undeniable. So that happened to signal the end of the ascension of consciousness period and began ascension of the physical body. And I didn't know that that difference existed until just this past December 2017. So that began a period of 2.5 years of declining health. I got really, really, really sick, and I pulled back from being in the public, and I moved my work home. So I closed my office. I've just worked from home, and my work has dwindled over that time. And I was fine with that because it just felt so terrible. So about the last 6 months of that period, so this started maybe in March of 2017. Let me back up a second. So during this 2.5-year period where I was becoming increasingly ill, in July of 2016, I received a commission from the Sophia, the divine mother creatrix of all life, who I called the divine feminine at the time. She offered to assist me in calling together a council of the divine feminine. That's what she told me to call it, and to bring that together here locally where I live in Boise, Idaho. And so, I thought about it because I wasn't feeling well, and I was like, okay, I'm going to accept this. And she supported me all the way through it, and I always felt like I could make it through every meeting, and I had plenty of energy and direction to pull everything together and receive the downloads I needed to conduct the meetings and have these experiences. So the last 6 months of this period of ascension of the physical body, where my health was totally declining, so starting in about March of 2016, I began hearing over and over again in the back of my mind, I'm the Sophia, you're the Sophia. I'm the Sophia, you're the Sophia. And I just repeated over and over. And I was like, yeah, I know. You're the Sophia. I hear you, divine feminine. Yes. And I know that I'm part of you. Yep. I totally get it. I agree. And it's just continued on and on and on in the back of my mind. So around the fall equinox of 2017, I happened to find the right practitioner to help me heal my physical body and diagnose what was going on with me, and then help me find the right pathways and assistance to regain my health. And about the same time, within like a week later, I think, my council, the Council of Divine Feminine, we had our first annual retreat. And during that retreat, I was terribly ill. I felt so awful, and I was having a hard time staying in my body, but it made it through the retreat, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. So immediately after the retreat, I think it was the day after we came home, I began hearing a change in that consistent message I've been hearing for 6 months. And the message changed to, I'm the Sophia, you're the Sophia, you need to change your name to Sophia. And I heard it over and over again, and I was so resistant. I did not want to do that. I really like my name, and I just felt uncomfortable about it. And being in the spiritual community, lots of people do that, or, a percentage of the spiritual community changes their name. And I just never really felt it was for me. I was, totally great with my given name, and the name I chose as a married woman. I was great with that, and I really didn't want to change my name. But, as she was quite persistent. And so eventually I agreed, because I realized that name, Sophia Magdalena, carried a certain vibration that was going to assist me in my work and the rest of my life and whatever it was that I was going to be doing next. And so I agreed and changed my name. And so another thing, something else happened when I agreed to change my name. And that is that I realized that over that retreat, over the fall equinox, I realized that my chronic illness was the death throes of Lisa. And she died. She died this spiritual death. And all the illness that I experienced, and the decline in my work, and pulling myself back out of the public eye, all of that was Lisa going away. And because she just was not able to carry the rest of this work that I am to do in this lifetime to fruition. She just didn't have whatever it is needed. She wasn't going to be able to do that. And so she left, and Sophia Magdalena came in. And that's when she was born. And so it wasn't a done deal, though. I've been in this transition period, which I'll explain to you in just a second. But Sophia Magdalena, let me tell you who she is. So she is a representative of the Council of the Divine Feminine in the Ascended Master Realms. And as her name suggests, she is an oracle of the Sophia, who is the Divine Mother Creatrix of all. So all Magdalens, which are a group of beings, as far as I know, they're dispensed from the central universe. They are holders and protectors and deliverers of all of the wisdom of the Sophia. And they even, hold the knowledge and protect her mystery schools. And they're oracles of her. And so that's who she is. And so I am walking into becoming that, and going through the changes necessary to be able to completely, totally hold that frequency and those abilities within me. And it is a process, that's for sure. So to assist me in this process, on January 11th, 2018, I received a series of movements to perform. I did them in my living room. And when I did, the Ascended Master Realms opened to me. And I had no idea this was coming. It was a complete surprise. And when the Ascended Master Realms opened to me, I saw masses of Ascended Masters. There were so many. And when I saw that, I had the realization that Ascended Mastery is completely normal. And it's a normal state of being. And we're all headed there. And I was so, so excited. And so that on that day, having that experience of the Ascended Master Realms opening to me, that signaled my graduation from the process of ascension, both ascension of consciousness and the ascension of the physical body. And this is true for everyone. So those who are around me, who are ready for this, I've been teaching them the body movements so that they also can open the Ascended Master Realms. And so we've all been going through this process together of walking into our Ascended Mastery and graduating from Ascension. So these last few months, since January 11th, I have been in this corridor between graduation from Ascension and graduating from earthly incarnations. And I've known for years that this is my last incarnation on Earth, and I've been telling my close personal friends about it, but it sounded pretty weird, really. Like how the heck do you know that? And I don't know how I know that. I just knew, and I didn't know how it was all going to play out and how I was going to get there. But now here it is. It's all laid out before me. So So in this corridor that I've been in between graduation from Ascension and graduating from earthly incarnations, I've experienced a series of healings and initiations that are going to be providing me with all that I need to launch my legacy of love on earth. And that phrase, legacy of love, and this whole concept, this was actually, what's the word? I don't know, probably not predicted, but described in the Sophia Code by Kaya Ra. And so if you already know me, then, and you've talked to me in the last year, I probably already recommended this book to you. If you don't know me, or haven't talked to you for a while, go get this book. It's going to change your life. It's just absolutely amazing. And so, so this entire process that I've lived through from the beginnings of the, even realizing that I had a higher self, because I didn't know that when I started all of this, to aligning with my higher self, merging with my higher self, understanding that I had a succession of higher selves, and eventually reaching my highest self, which is a creator, as is yours. And then the process of physical body descension. And not everybody experiences terrible illness when they go through physical body ascension. There are other pathways, and I haven't figured out what they are yet, but I'm in the process of mapping all that out. So as soon as I've got that, I'll be sharing it in some format or another. But this whole process is repeatable, and I've been guiding people through this as I live it. And so all of this is available for you as well. I am not special or unique in any way. This is a pathway that we can all experience to move in through enlightenment and graduate from ascension. And so if you are intrigued or experience the knowing that I can provide you with what you need to complete your ascension process and enter the ascended master realms, then I invite you to book a personal session with me. And you can do that right on my website. I'll put the link below this video. And also, you can enroll in my upcoming class. It's called Adventures in Consciousness. And it's happening on March 31st, 2018 at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And I'll provide the link for that below the video as well. It's only $13. And it's limited to 10 people, and it's just a Q&A, an ask and share. It's what I call it. So you can ask me questions if you're not sure that you're ready for a session, hopefully I'll be able to answer them. Anyways, so that's all I have to share with you today, and I thank you for listening. I hope we get to see each other soon. Thank you very much.